So I'm working at the moment on my atelier. I have an incredible space that I'm totally painting at the moment. I'm gonna paint all the walls inside. Um, it's the idea is because I made a mural on the outside, obviously, of the building. Well, actually, you can also have murals inside, but anyways, this one is outside, and my idea is really to step into the mural. I want it to be like the mural is really water themed. I do paint a lot with blue for some reason. And it's like water to the sky, and the symbol of the mural is really about finding a balance between the two elements in this case, but it's more of a balance for everything in life. And water can represent more of the, and also in the mural it's more deeper, darker color, so more of the depth and the emotions and everything we go through the darkness. And there are a lot of lotuses also, a flower I really love. And the symbolism of lotuses is, of course, you go through the mud and you go through the water, and you want to go to the light actually, and then you open up, and then you are a beautiful lotus. So there's also this transition in the mural, and in the center you have those little girls, because I love to paint children. That is one of my favorite theme ever, because children are just so authentic and so pure and still so present and connected to just life. And I think children can just be an inspiration for everyone or every adult to come back to that consciousness. And yeah, painting children with their eyes closed, that is the symbol. That symbol stands for closing your own eyes and to go inside and to reconnect with who you are. Because when you reconnect with your true self and your inner child also, and yeah, that you just reconnect to presence and to everything that is, and that you can just feel and reconnect with your heart and go in your heart. That is when your environment or your external world is going to change, because if you change your inside world, your outer world is going to change. It's just how it is. It's just the things you're gonna focus on in your life are going to shift, and therefore your life is going to shift. So that is really the message behind the mural. But anyways, so the idea is to walk, so the entrance, and you walk into the mural, you go in the building, and then it's like this underwater world. It's going to be more abstract because the mural is more figurative. There's a little bit of abstract, but more figurative for sure. But inside is going to be more abstract, just with underwater colors. And yeah, I just want to create this feeling of just stepping into another world, into yeah, this depth. And yeah, so I'm busy with that at the moment, painting everything. It's a lot of work, especially for my lower back, because I'm also painting the ceiling, so I'm painting the ceiling and all the walls. But yeah, painting a ceiling is heavy work, because you paint like this, and then you put a lot of pressure on your under back. Actually, I was scared that my neck was going to hurt the most, but in the end it's okay. It's really my lower back. And I don't have the best posture. Like when I paint and stuff, always like a little goblin. I try to be careful, and also I used to be a lot on the computer, and I'm still kind of, I do also some work on the computer here and there, so it's for sure something I have to be aware of. And yeah, as artists, in any case, I think it's very important to be aware of your posture because you don't want to finish with injuries and pain and stuff. So yeah, but I just wanted to share that what I'm busy with at the moment, but also to say that yeah, it's how I've got this place was such a blessing, and I it yeah, how it came on my path is just still mind blowing to me, but it is connected to the fact of when you feel that you're doing something you really love and that things are coming your way, to really embrace it and not holding yourself back or blocking yourself by, oh no, I cannot, or oh, I'm scared. Even when you're scared in those moments, it's so important to just do it because even if it doesn't work out, let's say nothing, but in the end, even failure, it's always experience, really failure. Again, it's like in the mind or in the eyes of the world, whatever. It's, yeah, but no, it's always experience. So it's really about daring to just do it and to be open. And that's why, again, by working on yourself and connecting to who you are, you're going to be more open and you're going to attract more opportunities that are aligned with what is meant for you. And I will tell one day, I think, the story of how I found this place and I met the person. And yeah, it was a beautiful, unexpected encounter. I didn't even know when I met the person that this was going to happen, obviously, but I had no clue at all. It was just somebody that ordered a commission from me, and we met at a place where I used to paint once a week in a hotel. I think I already mentioned that. And as yeah, I had the worst experience, like really a traumatizing experience with a client. Like, wow. But that also sharpened me, shaped me in a bit because when you know who you are as a person, you just feel that okay, this is not about me. I know how I am. I know how I handle situations, and I'm very respectful. Um, so that was crazy, but that was a bit like, ah, really, really destabilizing. But yeah, so I had my worst experience there with somebody, but also the most incredible experience, or in afterwards, it became one of the most blessed experience ever. So yeah, it's really about just setting yourself out there, and even when I was working at the hotel, I'm more of an introverted. I don't like to label, because if you say you're introverted, then you're gonna think I'm introverted, so you're gonna act more like an introvert. And but I just know how I am since a child. I can also be very yeah, just yeah, extroverted, but like enjoying to be with people. But I just know overall I really like to be in my own space and creating my own bubble and everything. So yeah, putting myself out there, like being in a hotel and you have people looking you paint and stuff, it was very like, do I want to do this? But then I felt like, we all start somewhere, so let's just do it. Because there were also thoughts of like, oh, they're gonna think like, oh, she's painting there alone, or that, like all those thoughts you get and that you create for yourself. And again, thoughts are so important, and to know that thoughts really determine how you feel. I was not at that point then, but now, yeah, I'm so aware of thoughts and aware of how they make me feel. So having that discipline also to notice them and always come back into your heart and into the present. And yeah, so I'm still for sure there is this fear of being seen a little bit, but that's why also I'm doing this YouTube channel, just to train my body that it's okay. Like, this is just through the years that I have learned that it's unsafe to be seen, because I grew up in France and that culture there is very hard, I found, because I'm not French, but I lived there almost my whole life. And school there, I think that has shifted a lot of things in how I interact with my world around me, because when I was living in Netherlands, I was very open and spontaneous and super just, yeah, whatever, who I am. But in France, I got for sure some difficult experiences there, and I know those experiences don't define me, they are not me, but they did program my subconscious in certain ways for sure, and how now I do react around me. And yeah, French, or at least what happened to me with some things at school, they do shame you if you're not in the lines. If you're a bit different or you're out of the box, you're not super disciplined like how they are used to, they're gonna say things that can be very difficult for a little child. And yeah, that definitely has shifted me for a long time. In France, I was not in a place I wanted to be mentally, or I wasn't aware, but yeah. And so now it's really about coming back to that child I used to be when I was small and so free and in the Netherlands. And that's also what I want to communicate with my art, is to reconnect to that child we all are and come back in your power, because I feel that children, when they are not yeah, shifted too much or too, yeah, whatever that happened to them, right? But like the authentic child is so powerful. They're magnetic. It's like a baby when you look at them. It's like, they're so open, they're so present. And it's that energy, I think, that we connect to and that we all crave inside. Yeah, okay. Gonna leave it here. It was great to talk to you. Thanks for listening, and I'm sending you a lot of love. Bye.